Today, we're going to speak about one of the pillars of the human body. I want to present you this third pillar, and I want to let you know how you can stop aging while you sleep. Did you know that I have a library full of content for you with many more lives, with many interesting topics on how to heal yourself in Spanish, in English? So just go to my social media, Facebook, Instagram, and look there because there are many lives for you. There's a lot of free resource for you so you can start awakening your healing journey. So today, let me know from what part of the world you're joining to this live. I'm going to talk about sleep. I'm going to talk about aging. And when it comes to sleep, we don't realize the importance of this act itself. Also, it's very common that people get used not to sleeping well, taking sleeping pills every night just to keep you asleep the whole night. But closing your eyes or sleeping, it doesn't mean that the quality of your sleep is really the one you need. The body and the brain age naturally, but if you don't sleep well, you accelerate this aging process. Because at night, you're supposed to do a recovery work, a regenerative work. And if you don't sleep well, if you don't sleep deep enough, this doesn't happen. Sleep is the third pillar for your health. To be young, to be energetic, to be with a brain that really focuses, that really can use the memory you have. The first pillar to be healthy is breathing. The second is drinking water. And the third pillar is sleeping. Stay here to hear all about how you can rejuvenate while you sleep. In order not to age while you sleep, you must worry about what happened in your day, especially in the morning and at night before sleeping. There is a circadian rhythm that helps you to go to sleep and then have a day full of energy, where the body naturally secretes melatonin and at night secrete melatonin and in the morning secrete cortisol. So then you have the balance between the day and night. What you eat, what you drink, what you think, how you manage your emotions, your stress, how much screen time you have during the day, and how you go to bed directly influences how you sleep. And in turn, how you wake up, how is your day, affecting your energy level and mental focus during the day. So stay here because I want you to know how to hack this, how to stop this clock that is running. You cannot stop completely aging, but you can really biohack your aging. All of this can influence your sleep cycle. The cycles have moments of REM and moments of deep sleep. These cycles can vary according to the conditions I indicate above, like how much you drink, what you ate, how was your day, how much screen time you had, and the rest. I will talk about in detail further. How many cycles we have each night also depends on the conditions of your day and your night. So if I ask you now, how do you feel your sleep quality is? You can write here in the comments, share with me, how is your sleep? Do you feel it is a good quality of sleep? Do you awake full of energy? Do you awake in the middle of the night? Share a bit here in the comments, please. What is sleeping good? We need to clarify that. Sleeping good to age naturally as your age, just naturally. You need between 6 and 8 hours of sleep each night without interruptions or wakefulness. More than 1 hour of REM and more than 1 hour of deep sleep in your cycles. Reduce caffeine or coffee at daytime. You can have 1 coffee or 1 tea from 10 to 1. But if you increase the quantity and you pass the intake, it will affect your night. Increase your water intake, at least 2 liters a day. Dinner time, between 5 and 8, so that the body is not digesting while you're sleeping. You want to digest before going to sleep. That's why eating red meat at night is not a good idea, because red meat take a lot of work. It takes many hours, more than 24 hours. So you don't want to be digesting instead of doing what the body needs to do while you sleep. Reduce screen time, especially at night. Exercise every day. You don't need to kill yourself doing exercise, but go for a walk. Move enough every day. How you process emotions without accumulating them. If you had a day that you were really angry or you're really stressed or frustrated, and then you take that to bed and you're thinking, of course, you're not going to have the mental peace to sleep. Using some practice to help you connect with your body, like meditation, movement therapy, breathing exercise, writing before going to bed. It's amazing. What happened? Why I'm talking about this? Why I think you really need to know this? We think we know what happened when we sleep. We think that sleep maybe is important, maybe is necessary. But I want to tell you in detail why we sleep. What is the purpose? First, you detoxify from what you ate, drank, or what you got into your skin or nose during the day. You regenerate organs, you recover your muscles, your bones, fight viruses, bacteria, reduce inflammation in your intestine. Your intestines are your immune system. So be aware of this. Also, you regenerate your complete body. In addition, while you sleep, you regenerate neurons. The body stops working as it does during the day. It turns off the daily switch. So you go on the cleaning mode. The knowledge and memories of the day are connected, are stored in your brain when you sleep. We can even connect with our subconscious and our intuition. So, what happens if you don't sleep? What happens if you don't sleep well? What happens if you close your eyes with the sleeping pills for 9 hours, but still you don't sleep deep enough? You don't have enough cycles. Your REM is not enough. So I ask you again, share in the comments, do you consider that you sleep normal? Or you lack sleep? Or you think your sleep is not deep enough? To go beyond this level of good sleep, because to age normally, you need to sleep normally, as I told you before. And to be able to really sleep like a baby and really rejuvenate while you sleep, your circadian rhythm must improve. You need to trespass the barrier of a good sleep. You need to sleep like a baby. To be athletes, we can run frequently and feel good doing it. But if you want to get to the Olympics, we must climb the level of the normal athlete. So this is what I'm telling you. If you want to really rejuvenate and go in the other direction of your natural clock, you need to sleep like a baby. You need to really put focus and effort in your sleep. Unfortunately, more than 80% of the world's population barely sleeps normal. So they don't manage to maintain their body with the real age of their body. Therefore, they age quickly. And if you add that, the factor that the pollution, the stress, the internet, Wi-Fi, antennas, and radiation that we didn't have before, we age much, much quicker than before. So there is a state of depth created in our bodies, in our brain, that we're always in minus with our sleep. And sometimes we reach the level of 0, normal. But at the end of the week, we're negative numbers. So I want you to understand this and never forget this. The sleep you lose is never recovered. Never recovered. The sleep you lose is never recovered. I don't want to put fear in you. I want to put awareness. I want you to give your sleep the importance that your body needs. You can do miracles just sleeping. Do you want to know what happens if we don't reach that level of just normal sleep? Chronic fatigue, loss of cognitive abilities, short-term memory loss, lack of concentration, lower physical performance, increased risk of accidents, increased risk of heart diseases, weakening your immune system, depression, anxiety, because your mood and mental state are not in balance. Chronic diseases, premature aging, decreased quality of life in general. Do you recognize some of these in your life, in your body? I'm going to describe a little bit more how these look like. When people do not get enough sleep, several negative effects can occur, both in short and long term. In short terms, can affect your cognitive function. The lack of sleep affects concentration, attention, and decision making. It can also affect memory and learning. Mood swings, short of patience, irritability, mood swings, and increased stress. Even the same stressful situation, if you are short of sleep, if you haven't had a good night, it's going to be double stress for you. You're going to take it differently. It can also exacerbate anxiety and depression. Another thing is that you reduce your physical performance, your coordination, strength, reactions, times. So you have more possibility to have accidents, injuries, because you step with the wrong foot, you bump into something. Sleep deprivation can affect your muscle recovery, your tissue repair, and cell regeneration. So be aware. Take the time to really work on your sleep. You can also weaken your immune system. You are more susceptible to infection. If for 2 nights in a row you haven't slept well, probably when you are around sick kids or people at work that are sick, you're going to be contagious because your immune system is not on your high. Long-term effects. If you don't get enough sleep, your cell repair and regeneration process are interrupted. People may suffer from hormonal imbalances, thyroid problems, early menopause, low libido, no secretion of melatonin and cortisol, ending in chronic fatigue, feeling tired even after long periods of rest. Some people come and tell me, well, I sleep 9 hours or 10 hours because I need them. But still, they're tired. There's a chronic fatigue there. There's a problem not in the hours that you sleep, but in the quality of your sleep. Chronic health conditions can be developed by sleep deprivation. Heart disease, hypertension, diabetes, obesity, mental health problem, serious mood disorders, anxiety, psychiatric disorders, especially because the chemical balance of the brain is altered. People are more sensitive, more irritable, and it's hard to deal with emotions. Also, impair immune response. Persistent sleep loss can weaken the immune system. How is this? You can develop immune diseases, heart diseases. It's hard to fight infections. It's hard to fight any illness. You're more open to receive any bacteria, any type of disease. It's very common to get a chronic disease such as diabetes, high blood pressure, obesity, Parkinson, Alzheimer. The types of disease is not just of the lack of sleep, but is because your body is not functioning well at night and then not at the day. So your body gets older and older, more tired. So that's why the diseases are more easy to develop. Decreasing cognitive function. In long term, you can think, I have ADHD, I have awful memory, I cannot focus, I have zero concentration, it's very hard to learn and to memorize. So people can say also, my brain is getting old, that's why I'm getting Alzheimer. But if you have spent your whole life sleeping just because of the sleeping pills, yes, you have more tendency to get Alzheimer. So put the focus that you need. Put the focus that your body deserves if you want to rejuvenate your body and your brain. If you're okay how you're aging and you don't believe you can do better, like, stop listening this. But if not, go point by point, analyze this, and I will tell you more at the end. When you don't sleep, you increase the risk of accidents, even long term. I am one of those because I thought I was really clumsy. I dropped things. I was always falling. And that was because my body wasn't sleeping well. It wasn't connecting the memories. My brain wasn't rested enough. So my machinery wasn't perfectly adjusted. I wasn't precise. I cut often with knives. So there are many things that you don't know about a bad sleep. You think, it's just a bad sleep, I will have a bad day now. No, it's further than that. And now you can join the results of a bad sleep that I'm telling you here to the reality. Is this happening to you? You need to be aware. You need to make some changes. Of course, if you don't sleep well long time, you're gonna you're gonna age fast. That is the first consequence of not sleeping well. So, get in love of sleeping. Respect your nighttime. Respect your sleep. if you want to disappear your wrinkles, your spots, have a better collagen production, that your skin is more tight, that you have a faster cell repair, you need to sleep well. Stop using Botox. Stop using these fancy and full of chemicals anti-aging creams. Sleep well. Sleep better than well. Sleep like a baby. Can you relate now how your body and brain age when you don't sleep well? You even decrease the quality of your life in general. So now that you understand the importance of a good night, of a good sleep, there are countless strategies to achieve this and avoid insomnia. However, the best way to do it is establishing sleep routines. And as sometimes you have a routine that you shower every day, yes or yes, you brush your teeth always every day, even at the same hours. Well, add your sleeping routine, because it's more important than even brushing your teeth. It's more important than even eating. So changing your sleep hygiene may be a bit difficult at first, and you may continue to experience some of the side effects of not sleeping well for a while. However, on time, it will become easier and easier. Every new habit, every new routine, it needs consistency in time so you can see the results. And because if you lost some sleep, you will never recover. So if you're sleeping better and better, you're not recovering what you lost. You're recovering your body. You're giving like a new air to your body. So what to do? I will give you some good tips. Write them all down so then you can always come back and like a checklist, and you see, I'm doing this, okay, and what about this? So one would be set times for going to bed and for getting out of bed. And repeat it consistently over time. Why? So you can synchronize again your circadian rhythm that probably is a mess. And that is not helping you to fall asleep. That is not helping you to awake full of energy in the morning and to have enough cortisol to fight the stress of the morning. And then you need a coffee, you need a Red Bull, you need some stimulants, even sugar. So set the times for both going to bed and getting out of bed. You can also plan some relaxing activities to do before bed so you can prepare your mind and body for rest. You cannot be doing exercise before going to bed. You cannot be watching Mission Impossible before bed. So go to bed like a baby. You always try that the baby is more relaxed before going to bed. So you can even get a shower before going to bed. Limit screen time exposure before sleeping. And this, we didn't have this in the past because we didn't have screens. So we're getting in modern times that technology help us, but on another hand, they damage us. All these blue lights attack our circadian rhythm. So limit the screen exposure, especially before going to sleep, at least 2 hours before. Avoid caffeine, tea, and stimulants. Why? Because they mess with your circadian rhythm. I'm not telling you ever again drink coffee. But keep it in the morning, and not at the first thing in the morning. Keep it between 10 and 1 o'clock. Not later. Drink 1 a day. You shouldn't need that caffeine, that stimulant, because if your body is working well, you should secrete your own caffeine shot, that is cortisol. And with that, you should be full of energy in your morning. But if it's not working well, you need the caffeine the first thing in the morning just to wake up. Another thing, drink enough water during the day. At least 2 liters during the day, not before going to bed. Because if not, you awake many times just to pee at night, and you interrupt your sleep. So 2 liters during the day. Now I want to ask you to just close your eyes and imagine you sleep not just well, but you sleep amazing every night, consistently, for a year. No pills. No awaking in the middle of the night. Without trouble to falling asleep. Awaking full and refreshed every morning with no need for a coffee. Ready to rock. Your memory is better than ever. You feel mentally focused. You're alert. You're like a ninja. And your body feels younger, strong, flexible. Your skin shines. Your skin is tighter and younger. That's a good dream. How to change your habits and start sleeping well is what I explain in detail in my Masterclass, Sleep Like a Baby. You can access immediately to make an impactful change in your well-being and in your life. You can start now, right now. You have instant access. Go to my profile, look for the masterclasses, and take Sleep Like a Baby. Stop wasting money in creams and Botox and invest a long-lasting change for your brain, for your body, and to rejuvenate. Just write sleep in the comments, and I will share you the direct link to have instant access to Sleep Like a Baby. And if you want to heal further than your third pillar, sleep, you want to comprehend how self-healing works, I want to invite you to my healing space. I want to invite you to a special masterclass that I'm going to give the first week of March. I open the doors at no cost for you, so you can experience how the movement medicine will connect your body, mind, and soul, and direct you to your healing path. Write Masterclass down in the comments, and I will connect with you for further details. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing this time with me, for all your comments, for your hands up, your waves, and I send you a big kiss and see you next week. Take care. Bye.